Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, November 2nd. Look at that window trader's market profile of the ES and NQ. We have a lot to talk about today. First and foremost, this is a very rare day in the sense of how powerful it was. And you can see it on the profile. I'm going to show it to you right now. But why is it so powerful? Well, we had an overnight that was 100% long, no correction. We had an open and drive that never got tested, very powerful. We attempted to pull back only twice today. We took out C's low by 2 ticks, E's low by 4 or 5. Less than 2 points of pullback this entire day. We go out with a triple distribution day. Singles in B, singles in H. Yeah, they're not big, but they're there. And a price probe. That is an incredible, powerful move for this market. Okay? Up just under 2%, 1.9 for us. You're not going to have many now. You'll have days with more single prints. You'll have days with bigger range, higher volume. But you're not going to find another day that could come close, really, to matching how powerful this day was, based on what I just showed you. Yes, we pulled back in some time frames, inside the other time frame, but never. And to me, that's not what the powerful part is. Taking out a time frame low and going somewhere. That's when something changes. We didn't do that. That's so incredible. We go out with a triple distribution day, a price probe, and a $3 gap. NQ goes out with a double distribution day. They probe maybe slightly, but that's it, and a large gap and an afternoon pullback in F. We also have an afternoon pullback in F. Look at Righty. Righty didn't take out the IB high to H. Once they did, they go out with a double distribution day, single prints in K and L, and a very nice price probe and an afternoon pullback in F. Now, I don't trade Righty, but when it was down there, I said this is a great risk-reward long in both Righty and F and G. Now, I did it in... I had a good day today. These days are still pretty tough for me when they're grinding around here, and then it finally took off. I participated more than I usually do. I did not look for a short today. In fact, when B period took out A's low and NQ, I'm like, the odds of them going trend down are slim. They still have a large gap. They have the indices in their favor. They have value in their favor. I scalped longs 3 times in B period in NQ below A's low and did very well on it. I actually did well in A period in NQ against when we got above the 144 for a long also. When we bounced off it, actually, the first time. Then we got through it, and that's when B went down, and I did very well then. And then in ES, long B period, to go pop A's high. Did very well on that one. C period, to get the IB high with the single prints. D period, because we had single prints. Now, the single prints in C filled, but these didn't. So when we had a little bit of a liquidation break, turned out to be a beautiful long that I bought at D's low. Okay? Where else? NQ and G period. I said they're going to stop the one-time framing, right? Took the long when we got above the 144, boom, to stop the one-time framing. H period in ES. With the ebb and flow, J period in ES against the single prints. That eventually got filled, but still did well. And that was it. So all I did was look for longs today. They all paid. It was all accommodating, looking for the long trade today. I try to tell people on days like today, everybody talks about they trade price. I hate that statement. I don't trade price, right? I trade what the market's telling me. You're better off at times covering this price and looking at this profile. If you didn't know where price was or how much we were up today, if you look at this profile, what would you have been looking to do the entire day? Long it. So don't let how much we're up affect you. Don't let price affect you. trade what the market's telling you. Now, believe me, there's been many times in the past where I would fight a trend day or something like that. But for the most part, you got to trade what the market's telling you. We kept raising POC. We finally raised volume POC to today's high in ES late. So people think it's too stretched out. Well, yeah, maybe the daily now is a little stretched out, but we just came back into balance on the weekly today. That ain't stretched out. We're now in balance on the weekly in ES, NQ, and RIDE. Things are changing, right? So, again, those are such important things to think about. A lot of uneducated traders just see price go up for 2 days in a row. We can't go any higher. From this K low yesterday in ES, 42.20. We got up to what today? What's our high today? 37.75, 117 points. Okay? I'll make you a bet from 42.20 to today at 4,300. Oh, we can't go any higher. We're up 80 points from K low yesterday. Oh, yes, we can. We get to 43.20. Well, we're not going to go any higher from here. Oh, yes, we did. So, again, trade what's in front of you. This is what I was talking about on the video this morning and stuff, to have a cool, calm head, a calm room, and have somebody lead you into what they feel the market's doing, not what you think it should be doing. As far as destinations, I did not write today's high in SPY. Today's high is 430.92. Okay? So 430.92 is today's high in SPY. We have a price vacuum above that. On the downside, we have a lot. We have the price probe, eyes high at 430.52. Single prints 429.63 to 53. Afternoon pullback 428.43, F's low. Single prints 428.16 to 03. And today's low 426.56. And then filling the gap at 423.50. That's a $3.06 gap. Not going to be easy to fill the first time in there. Okay? In ES, today's high is 37.75. Downside, price probe 34.75, eyes high. Singles 24.50 to 24. 12.50 is the afternoon pullback. 09.25 to 08.75, the other set of singles. And today's low of 93.75, filling the gap at 64.75. Now, we have Apple coming out in 20 minutes. Okay? Let's go to the chart. Tomorrow night I'll recap all three of these indices charts. But let's break down SPY and ES now. The monthly is still down, right? So that hasn't changed yet. Right? 2 days into the trading month, we're inside of October. For that to change, we got to take out last month's high of 438.14. We're less than $8 from it. So, good start. Weekly, not only are we back in balance, we're trying to get back into this upper balance. We spent 1 full week last week in this, the beginning of this week, excuse me. And now we're trying to get back up. But all this is balance right now, right? Even if tomorrow, if we took out this weekly high, that would put the monthly into balance, but the weekly would still be in balance, right? You don't go from bear, bull. You go bear, balance. So wherever tomorrow's high is, will be the balance of the weekly. And last week will be the balance low. Okay? Now, I thought after last week's smackdown, I did not expect a recovery this quickly. This is a $20, from 409 to 430 to 431 is a $23 recovery, okay? In less than a week. That's impressive. If we can go $23 in a week, what's to tell you you can't go make a new high in 8 weeks? So again, I am not calling for that yet. There's still work to be done. First things first, we need acceptance back into this range. What would give me acceptance? Take out last month's high. That would certainly, I think, bode well for the buyers. Now remember, 3 weeks ago when we did that, I was firmly in the bull camp. Okay, you're never going to hear me say melt up or sell will come. You're always going to hear why I think it at that time and give you the reasons. So 3 weeks ago, I thought there was a chance to go for the highs because we were making inroads. And then that week really crapped the bed, and then the last week did even worse. So that automatically put my thinking on hold as far as new highs. Well, right now, all we're doing is coming into balance, but this is impressive. We'll see if it continues, right? So I'm not jumping on the bandwagon for new highs just yet. However, if we take out this weekly high, things will change. Daily, up. One time frame and up 4 days. Are we stretched on the daily? Of course we are. Does that mean we can't go higher? Of course not. Are we getting poor structure on the daily? Yes, we are. This is emotional trading, gaps, trend days. It's emotional trading. It's decent volume we've done, 90-something million yesterday. We're at 92 today with the after hours. But at some point, I would like to see the market come into balance on the daily, shake out some weak longs, and then come out of it back to the upside. Okay? We haven't done that yet. So it remains to be seen if we're going to. Remember, when we made that move, here's that high I'm talking about, of 438.14. We never filled that gap at 438.43. So for my thinking to change that we can make a new high this year, not only do we have to get that weekly high and monthly high, and that's from, it's not too long ago, folks. Today is only November 2nd. That was October 17th. Think about that. So for my thinking to change back to the bull camp as far as a new high on the year, we got to take out last month's high, fill this gap. You'd have the daily up, you'd have the weekly up, and the monthly back to balance. That's my thought process, okay? So I think it would be healthier, though, to come into some sort of balance prior to doing that. Anyway, great discussions in the room today. It was busy, but we still have time to talk and bounce around ideas and to tell people why you should be looking for longs on a day like today, almost exclusively. It saves people so much money instead of fighting the side that the market is going, that you're going against. Anyway, hope you had a good day trading. Thanks for the likes and subscribing. Enjoy your night, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.